Hi, welcome to the Creative Cookie channel. My name is Kukui, and in this video I'm going to show you how to change a pencil sketch like this into a digital drawing like this. Okay, so to get started you're going to need your sketch and you're going to need a digital illustrator tool. You can use something like Adobe Illustrator or Affinity Designer. I'm going to be using Affinity Designer today, but you can use whatever you have at hand. If you do want to follow along, I will have a link in the description box with the sketch that I'll be using, or if you want to use your own sketch, that's great too. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, so we have our Affinity program open. We're going to create our artboard. Then we're going to place the image of our sketch by using the place tool, select the image, open it and stretch it out onto the artboard. And once that's done, you'll see it appear in the right hand side. Now we're going to use the pen tool, and we're going to use that to trace over our image. And you can select the pen tool from the toolbar or by hitting P. So to start with, I'm going to go around this smaller planet. So you place your first node with the pen tool. Then you place your second node, but instead of just clicking off, you're going to click it and stretch it out to create that nice curve. Then you're going to go back to that second node, hit shift to reset the direction of the curve, and then place your third node and stretch it out again, and so on and so forth. So you're going to go back each time to the previous node to reset the direction of the curve by clicking on the previous node and hitting shift. And once you've completed that circle, you're going to hit escape on your keyboard, and that's that first curve done. So you can see that's only one layer, even though it's about 6 nodes, because that's one full curve. And if you have made any mistakes, you can go to the toolbar and click the node tool and move things around. But that looks pretty good, so we're going to move on to the next part of the drawing. So again, you use the pen tool, you place your first node, place your second node, stretch it out to create that curve, go back to that previous node, click it and hit shift to reset it. Then you go again. Okay, so you can see we have our first 3 curves, which is a small planet and the 2 curves that make up that whole. Increase it to see, and I can take off the background layer so you can see what it's looking like. So again, we're going to keep going with the pen tool. You click, place your first node, click, place your second node, hold on to it, stretch it out to create that curve. Then click it again and hit shift to reset the direction of your curve, and then keep going. So I'm going to speed up this section because I'm sure you get the drift. When I'm drawing shapes like the eyes that have objects within an object, I like to start with the inner object. So here I'm starting with the pupil. Going in, using the pen tool, also using the node tool to correct anything. Then I decided to just start again. So using the pen tool, going around the eye, hitting escape when I finish with that shape, and continuing. Since the lashes are just made up of straight lines, we don't need to go back to the previous node and hit shift because we're only drawing straight lines. So you can just follow along with the angles without needing to go back and hit shift. Okay, so now we've sketched around all of our shape, we can take off the visibility of the sketch layer, and now we're just left with the nice clean lines created by our pen tool. Now is the fun part, we can add some color. I already have a color palette that I want to use, so I'm going to use that. And now all we have to do is select each curve, select our color dropper tool, select the color and place it into the shape. So that first tiny planet in the background has been shaded in green. We're going to do the same shade of green for the planet in the foreground. Sometimes it happens that the color layer appears in the wrong place, so all you have to do is bring it down into the background to expose all of the detail of your drawing. So I brought that all the way down to the bottom and all the features of our little guy can be seen. So now I'm gonna add in some shading to that inner portion. Slightly darker green, does that work? I think that first green was the best, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to do that same green in the little hole at the top. Now we're going to shade in our little guy. Going to go for orange for the body, because why not? Again, bring down the color layer until all the layers that should be on top are visible. There we go. I'm going to zoom in a bit so that we can colour in his eyes. I'm going to select white for the iris and that lovely shade of purple for the pupils. And then we're going to make his eyes really stand out and go for blue in the background. You can stop here or you can continue adding some shading like I'm doing with the pen tool again. Creating a shape, a little outline around the smaller planet. Again, it's click, shift and click, and then escape once you're done. Here I'm using the node tool to correct some of the mistakes I've made. Just moving lines where they should be, moving things out, bringing things in. Looks pretty good. So now we're going to select that outline, select a darker shade of green. Now we got that. And you can keep going. I'm going to add a little bit of a shade to the bottom of the planet. Again, using the trusty pen tool. Click and drag, then click back, hit shift, go again. Once you're done, hit escape. Then I'm going to select that shape. Oh, I'm going in with the node tool just to correct things. And I can select that shape, fill it with color. There we go. That's how we go from a simple sketch to a digital drawing. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!